Hope for the hopeless. You live on Peny Radio, your number one online Christian radio station. Peny Radio, hope for the hopeless.
Hello, people. Good morning. This is your girl Maxine. It's a Monday morning, 26th day of October, and we are here. Charlie, how was the weekend?
Oh, cool.
My weekend, from one place to the other, my feet hurt, but Charlie, I managed to be here, and that's the whole vibe, right? You should see my face. Like nothing happened the night before. We are thankful for life. That's the most important thing, that we can see another day, make good use of the day, be the better versions of ourselves, make the day count. So top of the morning to all my lovely listeners is Random Thoughts with Maxine. I'm here in the studio with two powerful young men. Dominic hiding in the background. Then His Royal Majesty in his smock, sitting directly opposite me, and together we are going to make the show a lively one.
Sure.
You know how we do it, so we'll just go straight into today's topic, and then I'm sure we're going to have a nice time this morning. I love music. I have said this countless number of times, whether new school, old school, whatever it is. Once it's pleasant to the ears, Charlie, I'm all for it. And I have enjoyed some old school music in the past. One of the songs I used to enjoy then was a song titled Happy. And the artist is Surface. And was composed somewhere in the 1980s, 86 to be precise. And I love that song. The lyrics of the song then was something that really got me all interested in the song. But it's an oldie. Whether oldie once is good to the ears, me I like. And the song said, only you can make me happy. I know you've heard that song before. It used to be, I think, a soundtrack to one advert like that on TV. So I think it was the advert that got me interested in the song. So just like a line, that's the only part I know. Only you can make me happy. Hey, Alex, you know the song. No, Happy. Okay. Sure so please check that out. Artist is Surface. The title is Happy. And then 1986. Yeah, that's where it was composed. Then I'm like, why is he saying that only you can make me happy? So obviously this is a lover situation. Okay. The person acknowledges that there's just one person that makes them happy, makes them tick. And we all have, at a point, said, you make me happy. My mom makes me happy. My dad makes me happy. My wife makes me happy. We've all associated our happiness to some individuals at a point. But this is the whole sad truth about growing up. When you get to some level, you realize that the people who used to make you happy then no longer make you happy. The people you were all excited about, and you can boldly beat your chest and say, this man makes me happy, will no longer make you happy. They make you sad. You don't even want to see them again. The story has changed. Whatever it is, we've all associated our source of happiness to some people at some point. Maybe currently your source of happiness is somebody who is trying to toast you like that. And you see their call, you're like, Charlie, this call will make me happy. There's somebody who calls you. Once you see that name, you know that this is money matter. This person is going to get you something. It's going to wire the money. So that is it. You know that this man, when he says, come to my office, is money matter, and we are excited. This morning, I'm asking the simple question. What makes you happy? Do you know what makes you happy? Have you identified the things that makes you happy? So a lot of us have a lot of things that makes us happy. The list is quite a tall one. But when I wake up from bed, put a little makeup on my face, paint my lip red, come to Peny Radio, see your Henny, take a selfie with him before the show starts. That's like the highlight of my day. For me, it's in the little things. A selfie first, that is more or less like the appetite booster. And then all other things can unfold. But what makes you happy? Do you really know what makes you happy? Unfortunately, I think a lot of us have not come to terms with acknowledging, making a list of the things that makes us happy. So I decided to make a tall list myself and see whether or not all the things I will outline in the next few minutes are part of the things that makes you happy. For some people, their happiness is in food. Some people is in discovery. Some people is their ability to meet that target. Some people is cooking. Some people is baking. Some people is adventure. For some people is painting. For some people is just good music. For some people is sleep. They sleep, they are fine. Some people is the booze. It's all about the drinks. Charlie, beer, they are okay. Chilled one, of course, they are okay. Some people, women, the bigger the better. Once you will say, oh, me taste. Once they see it, and some people is they hang out with friends. For some people, it's just the gossip. You know that friend when they call you, whatty? And you know you can be on the phone for the next 40 minutes. It's all about the small gossiping, and you are happy that Charlie, the person called you. Just because you just have some little gossip to do like that, and all that there is. So the list for the things that makes us happy is tall and endless. And what makes Alex happy is different from what makes me happy. So happiness or the things that makes us happy is subjective, okay? Alex can be happy just by the mere sight of food.
Yeah, no.
I am
important.
And you know, yes. Maybe you have siblings. There are those who are just happy when they get a new clothes. There are people who are just happy when it's a new phone. So everything differs with every person depending on what. But have you taken time off your own busy schedules to just realize that, oh, this is what makes me happy? Unfortunately, we know the things that makes us happy, but we can easily identify when we are sad. But we can't identify when we are happy. And we take happiness for granted. But we know it. You can just go on WhatsApp and write, I am sad. But I hardly see people say, I am happy. Because all the effort is in the negative. So I had a friend. When we are doing an argument, we have an argument like a heated one, and he gives you a punchline, and he knows that this one day he has made it. He said, I'm happy because we're real. And constantly it became like his favorite phrase, I'm happy. Anything when he says something like he gives you a good tease or tease partner call, I say, I'm happy. And he will constantly say that. I'm like, why are you always saying you are happy? Because he's happy that Charlie, the argument went his way. And at the end of the day, he's the one having a field day. We have not been able over the period to identify the things that makes us happy. Unless somebody asks you what makes you happy. But day in, day out, going about your normal duties, you have not even been able to say, this is what makes me happy. You know, just when I shared the experience about coming to the studio, a little makeup, selfie with Ohene, is like what starts my day. Then I just realized that I have love for kids. Amen. Just put 3 children in the room right now. You have me. Like that is the highlight of my day. And sometimes we think that the things that makes us happy should be big. Money in your account, that's good. A night out in a plush restaurant, that's good. maybe some new phone like that. That is good. But in the interim, when you don't have that money being deposited in your account, when that travel experience you have been dreaming about does not materialize, can you identify your happiness in the little things? And that's what we are talking about. What makes you happy is in the little things. Identify what makes you happy. Identify what makes you happy. Only you can make me happy is restricted when it comes to an individual. But just look around you and identify the things that makes you happy. Happiness, we know, is an emotion, and it's incredibly difficult to analyze. Sometimes people are happy and we are not sure whether they are faking the happiness or not. So you cannot really say, but you can know it when somebody infects you with their happiness. I came here right now and I asked Alex which part of the Upper East is from. He said you said you are from what?
Upper West.
Upper West. So you are what? He said he's a Sisala. Then I'm like, Isube. Then he was shocked because I spoke, but indirectly I knew he was happy.
Of course.
That I could say Isube.
Yeah.
And you know what he asked? What does it mean? Probably I heard it somewhere. But I mean, it's kind of like lightened his face. Not once or twice did he even think I could say one word in Sisala.
Never.
So just look at the environment. The happiness is in the little things. Speak somebody's language. It makes them happy. You're also happy that at least you also learned something new. Mm-hmm. Give somebody a compliment. It makes them happy. And you're also happy that you could just give that person a nice smile and say you're happy. But there's one thing we are not aware of. That even when we decide to be happy, there will be people who will not be happy for us. And they have a way of killing our happiness. Tell. That is one of the comments that will fly. Why are you always happy? Hey, you don't have problem. Don't you think? Don't you have responsibilities? And this is what we are talking about. Energy vampires. They can't understand why you are always on your updates and you're excited. You are happy and they are thinking that, oh, they are just faking it. Just go deep within the matter. They are just covering up for the things. It's just a camouflage. But you see, the pursuit of happiness is hard work. You don't wake up one day and say you are happy. That's how come even as Christians, we will want to admonish ourselves and say that the joy of the Lord is my strength. Because that's what the Holy Spirit puts in your spirit. It's joy. And joy translates in happiness. The truth is you can always not be happy. Hey, are you normal? Because life has a way of throwing things at you. So constantly you cannot be happy. But you can choose to overlook the things that sucks your energy and decide to be happy. What makes you happy? Do you know what makes you happy? Have you identified? Probably you didn't grow up as a happy child. You are all morose. They be a bosan like that. The house did not give you enough happiness vibes. So obviously, you can't give what you don't have. I can understand that. But you can create your own happiness. It's time to focus your attention on the things that you know can make you happy. We think the white people are some way when they say, oh, my happiness is in seeing birds fly, or see parrots talk, or see birds chirp, something. But you have not even come to terms with nature. You have not even come to terms with the things that sounds mundane. Me, when I see children come to my shop and they cannot pronounce things rightly, if it makes I don't know why. There's this boy who comes and he can't even say calipo. He says talipo. Everything must start with a T. And there are times I'm having a bad day, but just him popping up and saying, me pe talipo. Me pe terilac. Me pe tampain. It's like, I am like, are you correct? Like, this boy is not saying the thing right. But I mean, I'm happy. So I will intentionally call him to come and say, and no, now so pe there. They will say, me pe talipo. It's, I have issues. But he has a way of lightening up. He's my source of happiness. When I wake up and I don't see, I have to see him so that he repeats those talipo things again. And I am good to go. But we have not taken time and the pain to find the things that makes us happy. I'll share this with you. There was this time in school, you know how it is. When you want to go out to a restaurant, you have to go with a friend. It's nice when it's a group, but there are times that the people that you chill with, the people who make your company tick, are nowhere to be found. So there was this roommate of my sister who would go to, then it was on the run, Legon, sit all by herself, order drinks, pizza, all alone. And this girl will be sitting and eating all alone. And then I had people who knew her as my sister's roommate. They'll come by and say, your roommate is weird. How can she alone go and sit on the run, order food and eat alone? And then, this is 2007 matter I'm talking about. It felt weird. That why is she alone? She's alone because she's enjoying her company. She's alone because maybe only you can make me happy person is not around. So she's decided to make the very best of her own loneliness, which we saw as lonely and weird. Because once you are going to a restaurant, it has to be with a boy, it has to be with a fellow girl, it has to be with a group of people. Then one day, I think I took the pain. I felt it was weird. So I was like, why? I said, no, why can't I sit alone and enjoy my pizza? Why can't I order food when I feel like it's pizza I want to take? Must I wait for that person who is giving me litany of reasons why they are busy and they can't meet me up at on the run? So I have to halt, and that is what we are doing now. A lot of people are halting our happiness just because there are people who are not available to make our happiness holistic. It's half happiness. So Alex must come around before I can enjoy my champagne. Dominic must come around before we can eat together. That trip that we have been planning to go on, we have to. But guess what? Life has always been busy. People would have a lot of things on their plate. There are things that have the capacity to brighten our days. Every day, there are things that can brighten our day, but just that we have not paid attention to them. And we are rather paying attention to the things that sucks our energy. Vampires suck blood. Circumstances and situations suck our energy. Being happy and being joyous is an energy. It's transferable. The same way somebody can transfer their negative energy to you is the same way that you can also transfer your positive energy, which is happiness. What do you choose to transfer? Are you part of the group, the pack, that because they are not happy, nobody must also be happy? Because you are having a bad day, everybody must have a feel of your bad day. Because you can't take picture and give a broad smile. When people give their broad smile, you just go back behind them and say things like, go and see their house, the issues they are having, they put makeup on just because you cannot smile. Even a smile, just a smile, is a sign that you're a happy person. My mother would say, you might not know what the person is dealing with, but you see them with a smile and you are compelled to smile. You are compelled to say, what makes you happy? Have you identified them? It's in the little things, so it is not in the car, so it is not in the good paying jobs. Fine. You can get your paycheck and go like, damn, I'm rich. But I know people with fat paycheck and they are still like, I don't know, I want to do something. There are times that even your happiness is just in your sleeping. It is just in eating that food you like. It is not about that negative company you are keeping. Or you think, when I meet with the boys and we break some bottles, that is where the vibe comes, and that you know that we have broken bottles before, but you go back and it's still 0%. The energy that you took out, hoping that the boys will refill your energy, you come back and you are drained. Did it give you happiness? People would drink, and you come back. I remember those times when we watch Nigerian film, Broken Hearts. They would drink, sleep on the floor, not eat for days, nothing else. Then just when the booze gets out of your system, you go back to the crying, because reality has dawned on you that, Charlie, the woman has left you. The booze did not do the trick. So things that gives us temporal happiness is always available to us. But you see, when we do a deeper search of the things that gives us happy, we know that sometimes they do not even give us the happiness we want, if we are being very truthful to ourselves. What is it that you know has the capacity of brightening your day? Have you identified that? Do you know that? Maybe for Alex, it's just wearing of that black and white smoke. You know, there are some dresses that when you wear, why you feeling?
Of course.
Which one who says so if it is that dress that gives you that sense of, Charlie, I'm feeling good about myself, just do it. I honestly do not find anything wrong with moment of solitude. There are times you have to be alone. There are times that you need to retreat. There are times that you are aware that what is happening is just the energies are not in sync with what you are feeling. The influences are not what you like. Retreat if you can. Be alone if you can. It will give you enough time to identify what makes you happy. Today on the show is a Monday, and we are talking vampires. We are talking energy suckers. We are talking people who do not understand that we are always happy. And we are talking the matter that happiness is an option available to all of us, not some of us. Even as Christians, it's our portion to be joyous. And so, if you realize that the devil is stealing your joy, which is his primary aim, to steal, you know how to revert. You know how to counter. You know how to get back on that feet and say, hey, you can't steal my joy. Why can't we infuse that same notion, that same principle, even in our daily lives? Because there are people out there who are just sucking our energies. Negative energies all around us. They are not happy, so they don't want anybody to be happy. Evil spirits, ungodly approach. They just want all of us to be on the same scale. Because they are not happy, you can't be happy. And we are also towing their line. Because the person is not smiling. Oh, well, let's take a picture. Oh, I don't want to take a picture. Then no, you have put your phone down. Because they say that, oh, let's take. Oh, you are trying to talk. Let's take. Oh, be a nice one. But you know that people too sometimes, they don't want to take. By your let's take, you know that they will just force a smile. You infected that person. Our world needs a lot of smiles. We are afraid of being alone. We are attached to people who are rather sucking our energies. Just because we have not found out what makes us happy individually. I'm a twin. I remember the first time my sister traveled out of Ghana for months. I went to church and the first thing somebody asked me is, how are you coping? I say, we won't die on the same day. I might live before her. She might also do the same. I have learned how to live alone. And I know what makes me happy. What makes Maxine happy is different from what makes Maxine happy. There are things that makes the both of us happy. But when she's not around, I enjoy my space. I know what makes me happy. And she does. So when the person said that, I'm like, okay, this is a good way to also discover myself individually. Even though I knew the things that makes me happy. I kind of like expanded the list. Expand your list. You are just narrowed with is booze, women, food. Expand it. Maybe it's figures that makes you happy. Math. If it was then, do something that is mathematical again. It is maybe washing. You have stopped washing. Wash again. It is just picking trotro, being at the window of the trotro, observing from a distance. Observe. It's just taking a walk. Do it. Because I think we have narrowed our expectations and the definitions of what happiness is. Now the world has given us a standard. Happiness is in the cars, happiness in the good time, happiness is in the chilling with the boys. No two ways about that. But when the boys are no longer around, will you be happy? Mm-hmm. When they put you in a room without booze, will you be happy? When you are alone and everything that you know makes you happy is taken from you, will you be happy? When the husband who only makes you happy is gone, will you be happy? When your wife says, Kwesi, today I'm leaving you, will you be happy? When those children you hold dear to no longer around, school, travel, when that small boy who comes to say talipu no longer comes over the shop again, will I be happy? What makes you happy? Have you come to terms with the things that makes you happy? I think we have overly dwelt on what makes us sad, that we are not even paying attention to what makes us happy. But the first step to being happy is identifying that people won't always not be happy, and they would be ready and willing to suck your happiness. But know what makes you happy, and do not change the style. We'll be right back.
Live on Peny Radio, your number one online Christian radio station. Peny Radio, hope for the hopeless.
We are back this morning. I don't know why. I think I want to infect all of you with my dose of happiness. It's always good to be happy. You can always not be happy. We are happy, we cry small. we mourn small. We get over the morning and then quick we come back to happiness mode again. You can always not be in a happy mood or mode, but whatever it is, the decision to being happy always is a choice that is available to all of us. But the question is, are there people who are not happy? Oh, plenty. What are you talking about? They are always not happy. It's one issue after the other. It is whining, and it is my children, and it is my husband, and it is my boss. And what kind of life do you? Hey, madam, you will die, oh. Uncle, please look sharp, oh, because whatever it is, I always say on the show, life has a way of throwing things at us. Just when you didn't expect, there'll be a stone in your head, bang like that, and off guard you are down. And most of the things that we do not pay attention to hit us real hard. We do not even pay attention to that cousin of yours who is always giving a negative comments, who cannot be happy for you. I don't even get it. I don't get it. When I attend weddings, exchange of vows, people are praying. Then there's a, can you show our love? Can we show our love? Then people at the back and say, they don't know. They don't know. Negative. We know marriage is difficult. Yours is difficult. You are crying. Things are happening. Even in that 20 minutes of exchange of vows or less than 2 hours ceremony, people are still finding ways to transfer negative energies to couple who do not know what the way. They know the road will be bumpy. They know. They might not know the full details of what marriage entails. But can you just chalk it? They don't know. They don't know. We know. You too. They didn't say this. But why can't people? And I can understand. It will be totally out of place to say that you will want everybody to be happy for you. See, you won't get. Sometimes if even your immediate family, you break the news, let them see. They want to hear that there's something absolutely wrong with you. They can't understand why you are always bubbly. They can't understand why you are always taking pictures. They can't. So they'll be probing and asking questions. And now they don't need that dream. Now, we don't tell. I don't know what to say that in English. I won't tell. You are the guy man was home feelable. You are always happy. I am like,
your body sweet.
Your body sweet. You did at least you are happy. I know there are times we used to post pictures on Facebook. I know people will not comment like that. Like these people, are they serious? Do they have issues? But you see, I would rather choose to hotelize myself than give room for you to suck my energy, because there are vampires all around. Somebody says something, say fake your happiness till it becomes real.
Amen.
Fake it. The smile, sometimes you smile, crowd to say you have cried 2 hours ago, but you come out and you know that Charlie. And I would always take consolation in the scripture that says, weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes with the morning. So once the dawn breaks, it is your license to operate under happiness. And that's what we must exude as Christians. We are not living our best life. The casting and the binding and the problems, they won't go. But we have a choice to override that whole mood that is supposed to break you with happiness. It's a choice. I'm not a big fan of Joyce Blessing, but I like it when he says, I am the unbreakable Joyce Blessing. You know, there is a way she stretches the unbreakable. I don't know if it's prophetic, but I am sure there is a reason why she decided to say unbreakable. Let your joy, your happiness be unbreakable, because for whatever it is, you need that to survive. And don't be afraid of being alone. Just like my sister's roommate who will sit down and enjoy her food all by herself. Sometimes it is in the loneliness that you discover what makes you happy. It is in your solitude moments. You know when you say retreat. It is in your retreat that you hear that God is speaking to you in another angle. Because the noise around is too much. The energy suckers, the vampires who are sucking the energies and the whole emotion of happiness are just way too much. And we have allowed them. Unfortunately, it is in the human spirit. It is how we are wired to remember things. But can we choose to remember the things that makes us happy? You lost your father. We can understand. You are grieving the loss of a neighbor. We can understand. A good friend. The person has been buried. We can understand. Your father died in your hands. You were there at that hospital. We can understand. But honestly saying that sometimes even those who go before us wish that we go on with our lives. You lost that job. We can understand. You lost that contract. We can understand. But sometimes God just looks at us from a distance and say, my daughter, there is another path you can travel on. And I always want to make you happy. The car that you are so yearning for will come. And you start complaining. Engine, seat belt, shockers, machine oil, whatever it is. And isn't that an indirect way of sucking your energy? Because you thought, I'll be cruising around town. People will know that me too are there. I have arrived. Only to start getting the shockers from what it is to maintain a good car. So know what? It will give you a temporal satisfaction of knowing that you are a car owner. But when the problem starts coming up, you will know that the happiness is not in the car. Amen. What makes you happy? You are listening, you are thinking, me, there's nothing that makes me happy. Me, I'm just living my life. Wake up, mind my business, go to work. Don't you think it's okay to switch to the other side? The sunny side of life. Somebody's thinking, oh my God, you have not seen anything. You, they are always on. No, it's a decision. Be aware that it's a decision. And let that influence your next step. Awareness is the first step. You know you are not happy. You know it. You know that you have not invested in what makes you happy. You know it. You know that you have not tried enough to make yourself happy. You know that you have left your whole happiness mood to somebody else. Your happiness is subjected to somebody. I remember there was this time I was going to MC and I was having a chit chat with a couple. The lady said, please, Madam MC, make sure you make me happy on that day. And in my head, I was thinking, your wedding, me, I should come and make you happy. If you are not happy on your own wedding day, it is not your sisters who come and dance that will ginger your happiness. Oh. People are not even happy on their wedding. People, your wedding day is the happiest day. It's not true. There are people, they are not happy on their wedding day. They are stressed, they are drained, they are emotionally worn out. They cannot even enjoy. You feel like they literally drag them to come and sit down. And people are saying, if you are not happy on your wedding, I don't know where you'll be happy. No, it is not the wedding that gives you happiness. Because there are people who even come to enjoy more than the couple. There are people who take the wedding personal to a different level because say, hey, now where is your wedding? Because they know how to even enjoy it. There are people without the rings. It is not them who are exchanging vows. But the way they are even excited, you wonder if they are for real. See, there are people who are for real. Because guess what? They have taken time to nurture what makes them happy. They know that their happiness is not subjected to somebody. They know that happiness is not a mood that is forever. It's in and out. But choose to be happy. Amen. What can you do to make yourself happy? The food, right? Boy, day. Azizi. I like that advert. The man sees food and he's all happy and all that. Maybe it's food. Maybe it's that music. It's that friend who's then come where day. For all you know, you have not even explored your friends too well. There's somebody on your contact list whose income is correct, but you are sticking to all those boring ones who are giving you the negative energy. Once you run some, hey, this one too, do you think you can do it? Hey, don't you think you are wasting your time? Maybe there's somebody else you have to talk to on that list who is more and less like somebody who is going to give you a bigger dose of your happiness. Now, I don't like it when you say me that I'm not happy. I cannot be happy. What I have seen in this life, happiness is far from me. Hey, it's a Monday morning. Maybe some negative vampires and negative energy suckers have already drained the first 2 hours of your presence in the office. But can we tilt the clock? Can we tilt it to the other side? Show them that, Charlie, you can't steal my joy. Live your life. Live a little more. We are not living life. We are not. We are all busy. You have never tried new things. Try new things. Go to that restaurant you have ate, that Benkran Amebaha. Check their menu. Just buy a bottle of Coke. Ask them to put ice cube in the glass for you. Get a slice of lime. Sit there alone. Watch through the glass. See people pass. Watch people behave some way. Those who are taking off nose masks. Those who are not sanitizing. Those selling. Just enjoy the whole thing. Because Charlie, life is a blast though. And it's in the little things. There are simple things that surround us that would give us the happiness that we need, that we are not aware of. Okene is my simple thing. Shaku, who says Talipo, is my simple thing. Getting that nice food, not too expensive. Maybe rice will be kind as a talia, spaghetti, something small, a bottle of Coke. Sit down. If you mean sit on the floor, sit on the floor and demolish that food. That is it. Talk to that friend. You know that friend who has a way of making you smile. Just call them and tell them you are just checking up on them. Because Obema Wasre, you know the value of that friend. We have friends who are good comedians. We don't have to pay for their service. They will just lighten our day with just a phrase, with just a word, and we are good to go. It's time to level up. Live a little more. Live a little more, okay? You are the creation. You are the creator of your own happiness. People will give you the enabling environment. Oh, Charlie, we are chilling out this weekend. Oh, join us. They have created the environment, but Charlie, you have what it takes to also create your own happiness. You are responsible for your own happiness. Only you can make me happy can happen, but there are times they won't make you happy. So there's a responsibility on you to say that, Charlie, those who make me happy, didn't people exchange vows for better for worse, richer for poorer? Where are they now? Didn't they say that I will live and will die? Raps. Where are they now? Didn't they say that, Charlie, call me 24/7, I'll be around? When you are down, call me. If you need, there was this one too. If you need somebody to talk to now, call me satisfaction guy. It was an advert. I think it was a telco advert. And call me. They are calling them too. They are not picking up. It's time to take responsibility for your own happiness. Everything that you are happy about becomes a reflection of you. It's time to awaken that happiness in you. It's time to look out for the things that are around you that you have not really paid attention to. It's time to generate your own happiness. You know how it is when you generate your own figures. Generate your own happiness, because as humans we are limited. Okay, we cannot be responsible for somebody's happiness. We can partially, but we are always limited. And so once the person is not able to come through for you when you need them, what do? Happy thoughts is one of the things I want to run by you. Happy thoughts. Choose to think about the things that makes you happy. The way a man thinketh, so is he. When you think happy, you look happy, you feel happy. If it's that music you have to put on all alone, just make yourself, because life has a way of sucking our energy. Just like vampires, they be vampires. Vampires will suck your blood. Situations, circumstances will give you a reason not to be happy, but choose to be happy. Do not have unrealistic expectations of people. I know. And I'll cancel by Srami, and you didn't come, and I did, and I prepared food, and we ate it all alone. If you call them 1, 2, 3, can you eat the food alone? Can you organize the children in the neighborhood and say, Charlie, Fufubi has pie, can we chop it together? And just like the parable, the man prepared the party. I'm sure he was looking forward to having a blast with the friends. What are you talking about? They burst his bubbles. When I read that thing, I'm like, like in recent times when you have invested, you want to come and eat too. It has become wahala. Come and eat free. When I read that, I'm like, they say he went onto the streets, and that situation could have crippled him. He could have said that, Charlie, they didn't come. Let me just sit down, and next time I know how to put better measures in place. But you see, he turned the situation round for his good. Because sometimes you even organize party in real life. We're drawing. We are now setting off. Then they'll be giving you 1,001 reasons why they can't get Uber. Hey, your place is far. Hey, we didn't know this more. And sometimes they will even say things like, money can say, Akoko Namki 20, we should take car like 3 and come. And you know that you want to make people happy. They have to share in your happiness. And see some of the comments that will be flying around. Eat your food. If you did a mistake of not calling the neighbors, tell them that you have takeaway for all of them. They should come. And that you prepared it just like the man did in the parable. Eat your own food, drink your own drink, chill. Be responsible for your chilling, because sometimes you're just waiting for people to make you happy and they will not. Okay, so we'll quickly take these 2 comments and then we'll take a break and we'll come back. So Asoma Dominic said, nice hairstyle, real talk. Hey, you fell in it. Thank you. And this is from Frank. Okay, Frank is like always on this page. Frank, we don't know. don't worry, Christmas we'll do party, okay?
Amen.
And we'll see all our virtual friends, okay?
Yes.
It will be a nice way to hang out on Christmas. And I'm also saying, so all those who are like silent killers and silent listeners and silence all that, I think will be a nice time to do a live party this Christmas, and then we'll get to see. So I'll take Frank's comment, and then we'll take a break, and then we'll come back again. Frank is saying it's a blessing to hang around people who are always happy and especially don't mind saying sorry when they are wrong. You look awesome. Hey, and you're awesome. Oh, I'm taking the comments like that. Thanks, Frank. Awesome is a good one. So we'll be right back after the break, and then we'll come. Alex, you look killy. We'll be right back.
Peny Radio.
So we are back this morning. We are talking only you can make me happy. So we can make ourselves happy. It's unrealistic to think that always Maxine is like this. No, I have my very low moments. Sometimes there are low moments. I don't know for Alex. We all have low moments and we all have high moments. But see, in the lows and in the highs, we choose to be happy, and we try to infect you with our happiness. Okay, I always say this with Dominic. We come every morning like something didn't happen last night, like we don't have issues, but we do. But you see, we know how it is. Like, it's easily transferable. People are transferring a lot of negative energies in recent times than happiness, and so for us it's our portion that we choose to be happy, and we also transfer. Just like somebody can momo you, we want to momo you some level of our happiness like that, so that you can also have a blissful day. Let the attention be on you. That's the whole trick. Let the attention be on you. You are the one who needs the attention. You don't need somebody else to give you the attention before you can say that, Charlie, I'm happy. Once you know that, Charlie, you are the attention. You know when people say it in the negative, you are such an attention seeker. Like, they get tired of you. We have to call you. We have to be the ones consoling you. We have to be just. Sometimes they call you and they want to console. Tell them, I'm cool. I'm okay. I'm doing great. So in the ups and downs, you still have the responsibility towards yourself to be happy. Find the happiness in the ups and downs. Okay, happy thought is the way to go. Just reshuffle your minds, reset your mind. All the past experiences, the not too pleasant ones, can we shelve them, and can we look at the little things that makes us happy? Because we have the responsibility towards ourselves to be happy, accepting ourselves for who we are, knowing that we can always not be happy, but happiness is the option to always go with, and find a way of also infecting other people with our happiness. Happiness attracts happiness. Sadness attracts sadness. When you are always sad, people do not vibe with you, but people want to be in the company of the people who make them happy. There are people, when they are throwing parties, they know why they want to call some people, because they will make the whole ambience like great. So there are some friends, you know them, you can't have a party without them, but even minus them, can you still have a great company? Can you still enjoy your own space? Can you retreat? Can you be aware of the fact that you have a responsibility towards yourself to be happy? Live a little more. We are not living life like we're supposed to live, because we've allowed other people to dictate whether we should be happy or not. O dress out, dress it, do. O casa, do. I mean, everything is do. And we are diminishing day in, day out. Just because that family member is not smiling too hard, you can't smile too hard. Because they'll think that when all just because they are going to wear a dress that will not match up your dress, you also have to more small so that you meet their expectation. Just because they are not happy for that sister who is getting married and they have told you they are not happy, you pretend you are not happy when you know you are happy. Hey, you are alone. No, let the attention be yourself and do not allow anybody to steal your joy. Hey, me, that is how I operate too. You cannot steal my joy. I have purpose in my heart. And know it. There are indicators for you to know that this person is your energy sucker. He's the one who is stealing. He's the vampire who is sucking your energy. Know them and know how to deal with them. When you know the causes of your, unhappiness, you deal with them on that level. You know that person you are going to send that pictures to, or you can say Nadia see what pampering. You know, and that's it. You know that person is not going to give you a good compliment about the hairstyle. Already, me, I'm feeling this hairstyle before I came here. So all other opinions do not matter. Like I am in the league of my own. I'm running my own game. And so all your other things and another no, it's not flying with me. So know that you are the attention yourself. And you have the responsibility and you attract what you look. If you're happy, you attract happy people. If you're not, so this morning is a Monday. I don't know how the weekend went for you. I don't know what you are grappling with. I don't know the challenges. I don't know the difficulties, but you know how we do it on the show. We try to talk. I don't know when was the last time you were happy, or you are okay with the narrative. Me, I'm not happy. I don't know what makes me happy. Know what makes you sad, then know what makes you happy. But always know what makes you happy. Expand your list. Maybe you have not even realized that cooking makes you happy. Can you cook a little more? If it's baking, just go on YouTube, learn how to bake. If it's some videos, you were saying some videos when we came here. Alex, what did you say? You said it gives you notification.
Yes.
Can we share that one? I watch a lot of videos on YouTube. Yeah. I watched the McClure twins.
Macaroni.
Macaroni. We watched that one.
Yes.
You know, I mean, watch videos. There are times you watch there's this one I watch. Kate Sampson. You know, they are sleeping and they are eating and they are falling down and all that. Those ones I watch. They have a way of lightening your and I watch especially the white children who they have good vocabulary. You watch those ones, nice videos. There was this one I watched the other time. The guy was talking about how Africans are fixated about cemeteries. And how people think that once you work in a cemetery, ghosts will haunt you and all that. And he did a video of himself in an European cemetery, interviewing the people about how long he's been working and has he seen any ghosts like that. And it was so funny. It wasn't ever. It was so funny. And I had watched it like twice. Watch videos. If it makes you happy, watch good videos. Have a good laugh. Do something. Just do something. Just live a little more. We'll be right back. So we're back after the break. I was enjoying the raga. Hey, this one is like more or less like the raga version of some song I know. So we are still here this morning. We're talking happiness. We're talking energy vampires, people who do not want to be happy. So nobody it's a do or die affair for them. And we are talking the fact that sometimes we know it's when we are sad, we can feel it, you are down, but we don't even know it when we are happy, because we have not identified the things that makes us happy. We only can think of the thing that looks big. Oh, when I get a car, I'll be happy. When I get money, I'll be happy. But we forget that the happiness is also in the little things. And I've shared some personal experiences about the little boy who comes over the shop and all that. And I'm saying that it's a responsibility on your part to be happy, because that song that says only you can make me happy, what if the person goes? What if the person is no longer there? And it feels like your happiness is tied to an individual, it's tied to a situation, it's tied to an object, it's tied to some situations. But what if they change? When the booze is no longer around, when the friends are no longer sticking around, can you just be alone and still find your happiness? Find your happiness, live a little more, live your life the best you can. If it's Indomie, eat well. If it is one Coke, one CD, get it, put ice cube, do squash, drink, sit on the floor, break those bones, eat that fufu. Don't wait for Kempiski experience. No, get the woman who does the good fufu well, mix the soup, try something new. If you have not eaten miyan kuka before, eat it and let them know that you're trying something new. All the things will add up to you finding what makes you happy, because what makes you happy is all around us. It's in the selfies, it's in the little children, it's in your mother giving you that joke again, calling her to check up and making sure you get on her nerves so that she just says something and that you are good to go. So whatever it is, happiness is our responsibility. You have what it takes to make yourself happy. Let the attention be on yourself, and do not wait for somebody to make you happy. Just make yourself happy. Like what we are always happy. And I'm a boy.
Very well.
We try. And yeah, easy sir, but we try, because it's always the option that we think. No, we know we must go by. Yeah.
Okay, so Mr. Maxine, I was just trying to run this by you.
Okay.
You've been making the whole thing look awesome, and it is, of course. But you see, happiness in his own self. I met this old man who said that he was actually giving. My ears were that long and were interesting too, so I wanted to also listen to whatever he was saying. But he was actually not talking to me that. That's what makes me happy.
Like little gossips here and there, especially when it's wisdom.
Of course.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I picked it, and then he's told the small boy that there are two wolves that lives in us, all of us, and one of the wolves is unhappiness.
Okay.
And these are self-pity. When you pity yourself, and where you make yourself so inferior, and then when you run by everybody looking sorrowful with no joy. Then he said the other wolf is happiness, and this comes with joy, and then when it comes with when you truthful with compassion, and you have kindness and generosity. Then the small boy like play asked, oh, which one won? And I said, okay, the one that you feed will win. So if you feed unhappiness, when you wake up and start feeding unhappiness, then you're going to
you'll grow into a big boy, bouncing baby boy. And that's it. So what we feed ourselves is just like putting a seed into the ground. What you feed is what is going to germinate. What are you feeding yourself this morning? What are you feeding your thought? I said happy thoughts. And it has to be deliberate. It has to be intentional. I was someone would see bossing where they many bed you nothing, even in the midst. I remember there was this time I was made of honor for somebody just the morning of the wedding when we're trying our clothes on. The zip said it won't close for 20 minutes. And the interesting thing, the bride too had the same challenge, and this was something a dress we had fitted on a day before. So I don't know why that thing happened. And so what? The bride cannot get her zip up. The maid of honor too cannot get her zip. So we asked our bride to lie on the bed. And here's the easy way to go, because she was already in the dress.
Okay.
And so we all tried. Now all the attention was on the bride, because we needed to go to the church early. Maid of honor there, we are bridesmaids too. We can always get a substitute. We zipped up the bride. Fortunately, we were able to. Now was left with me. And the thing was that down. I couldn't close it. Everybody was done. So in the next few minutes, I was like, okay, this is what I can do. I had an additional dress. I can either wear a dress just like I'm a guest and not be the role that I really wanted to play or I was made to play. Okay. Then I remembered I had safety pins.
Wow.
In the bag. So one of the bridesmaids just caught the safety pins. And all this so. Just when I got to the chapel, I just had a tap on my shoulder. It was one of these, you know how this elderly woman, like my dress is too down and that my back is showing too. I just did my hand like this. Can you stop it? Already my joy had been stolen in that room with this whole back and forth with zipping. I had used an alternative. But when I went to that chair, that lady too managed to draw my attention, and it's always about the attention to what was wrong with the back of my dress. She is not privy to what happened some hours before, how we even got the thing to even fit. She was not, and I just told her. Then I knew that no, I was in trouble. All the pictures that came, I was just afraid that when it goes down again, I'm dead. So anytime I post that picture, I get comments like, you look petrified.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a beautiful picture.
I bet, what word is that? What is it? Petrified.
Petrified. I said, I'm slow because I knew what work had gone at the back. But in my head, I was like, what if it goes down again? It's a zip. And that picture lost its beauty. Oh. And I tell a story with this morning because I was still fixated on what made me happy. It's the back. It's the back. Somebody reminded me in the church. It's the back. But I could have said etia into the but I knew the focus was at my back. I knew that I'll be going around. It might get torn again, picking up, and that is it. What is your focus? I could have said etia, that's it. But I allowed it. Focus on the beautiful bride. Focus on the people who wants to make the day a nice one. Don't focus on that woman who tapped me and said there's something wrong with the bag. Because there'll always be something wrong. There'll always be something wrong. But choose to be happy. Thank you so much for your attention. Do we have comments? All right. So all those who send in comments, God bless you. It's always a pleasure connecting with you. We've become like a family now. I think we should get a name for all those who tune into the Random Thought with Maxine. What do you think? So all those who listen are called. Please, if you are listening and you think you have a nice name, let's just drop it. All those who listen into the shows every Mondays and Wednesdays to Random Thought with Maxine are called for what? Please supply with the answer if you have a nice name. If it's cool, I'll run it by the board of directors, and then together we can settle on a name. So when I come, I'll give you shout outs like that to all my to all my so that like that. So thank you so much. It's a Monday, top of the morning. Make it count. Take good care of yourself. Focus. Attention should be on you. Ups and downs. Choose happiness. It's your responsibility. You can always not be happy, but choose to make the best. Live a little at a time, and we are out of here. Hey, any nation. So there's Maxine Nation. Okay, Frank, you are listening. We thought you are tuned up. So that's good. I mean, so he listens to the very end. We thank you. Now we have Maxine Nation. Can we get some more? Keep sending the comments even when we are out. We'll check up on them again, and then, you know, I used to say welcome to Random Thought with the zine. I don't know if that can also influence you with a name choice, and then we can do this. We are out of here. Thank you so much, Dominic. Thank you so much, Alex. It's always a pleasure. Like company there, you imagine if I was here alone. Loneliness and you, but happiness is good. They make me happy, so I'm also happy. I'm also making them happy. Do I make you happy?
Sure.
Hey,
always.
Then go and buy me chichinga.
That's how we always hear.
I said they should buy me chichinga. They said I want you to buy a better. So Charlie, we are out of here. It's a wrap. Bye.